What's up? How y'all doing? We're here. We're watching Mob versus Tatsumaki. So I'm going Mob because I know more about him, and she doesn't really. She's done some things I've seen, but Mob he has his own show and he's put in a lot of work and he's so strong. I love Mob so much. So yeah, that's it. Let's go. Oh man. I mean, I don't know if she's done stuff in mangas and stuff, but in the show wise, she hasn't really done anything. I'm like, oh, okay, Mob couldn't do that, you know? Okay. I'm on my, I don't know how many death battles I've done today so far. I'm actually on my, I think my fourth today. And I'm having so much fun with it, man. It's so cool. I'm learning so many cool things, man. Even just, I just watched the Canary versus Sindel, and that was awesome, man. And I learned a lot in that one. Man. Okay. Mob.
Talented people in the
Let's
world,
do it.
but even then, only a select few have the honor of being called prodigy.
But being a prodigy can get to one.
I'm gonna watch Mob Psycho again, man. It's been a while.
What I'm saying, because you know the guy who made both these characters is called one. So.
Oh, he made both characters?
Mob, the reluctant psychic powerhouse.
Really?
Mob Psycho 100.
It was the same person?
And Tatsumaki, the fearless, ferocious
That's cool.
from One Punch Man. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Excuse me.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills.
I know she's really strong though, so obviously, but I've just seen so much of Mob, so.
As a citizen of Seasoning City, you would probably be familiar with the local criminal group Claw.
Maybe even the famous sex symbol and so-called greatest psychic of the century, Reagan.
But you probably wouldn't think twice about this plain-looking boy with a bowl cut, Shigeo Kageyama.
Long story short, he's a pretty unremarkable student of Salt Middle School.
5'1".
Can you pick class for dodgeball? He's just
98
sort
pounds.
of there, taking up space and stealing your air.
The kanji in his name can even be misread as mob, which means bland and boring.
Naturally,
Oh, that's what it means?
everybody calls him that.
So you might be surprised to learn that he accidentally took over a local gang, unintentionally founded his own cult, and is an incredibly powerful psychic warrior.
Don't get it mixed up. This isn't your typical
So much respect,
superhero
though.
secret identity shenanigans. Bob doesn't really give a shit about any of these things.
Nah.
He's just out there trying to fit in by joining
Just
the
fit in
Buddy
and live his
Improvement
life and
Club,
try to
which
improve
he
himself.
Sucks horribly at.
True, but he's trying
Come
though.
on, man. Running's not that hard. Take it from me. And I got a shotgun for a leg.
Oh man.
Still, when his life is in danger or his friends need protecting, Mob's psychic ability manifests as something truly phenomenal.
He's mega powerful.
Damn
He
godlike.
may be able to run a mile without fainting, but he totally can if he boosts his body psychically. He can fly through the air, fling objects all over the place, throw psychic energy attacks, lift giant buildings, cause city-spanning earthquakes, whip up huge twisters, and more.
He's not just an offensive powerhouse. He
Defense
can mold his
is
psychic energy
insane,
around his
too.
body as a shield. While this isn't an uncommon technique in Mob's world, it's incredibly useful for him in particular, as he's one of the few psychics who can actually attack and defend simultaneously.
Like when he was fighting a bunch of evil spirits all at once. Oh, talk about weird looking. Wiz, you sure he's not just
Oh,
like
man.
tripping balls or something?
No, but you're kind of on the right track. These psychic powers are directly linked to emotions. The more sad, angry, rejected, and so on that you feel, the more powerful your psychic abilities become.
Hey, Wiz, punch me.
What?
Punch me! I need to get really angry so I can do psychic stuff.
I knew he was gonna slap him.
My grand can hit harder than you. Wow. You think
Use the other arm.
is so embarrassed about having a friend like you?
There we go.
Wow.
Nice.
Regardless, the fact that Mob's psychic powers are drawn from his emotions is a conundrum in and of itself. See, when Mob was a child, an attempt to use his powers wound up injuring his younger brother. This tragedy would scar Mob forever, terrifying him of his own ability. As a result, he suppressed his emotions for years.
Yep.
But just like a
Locked them
needy
away.
ass, they'd still boil up in
Yep.
bad situations.
And when they hit critical.
Percentage counter. When it hits 100%,
Mhm.
Mob goes all out like a Super Saiyan. He can
Oh,
even
that's one of the
psychic
coolest
energy
things
while in
ever
full
in
flow.
anything. Is that count? That count. I'm like, oh man, because I'm just sitting like, oh man, it's such a cool thing.
His power became an entity of its own within Mob's mind, representative of his repressed self.
And when things get real bad, it takes over his body in a blind rage. Sadness.
I love stuff like this, though.
Measurable state,
So
Mob's
cool.
true prowess is revealed, and it's extraordinary. His sheer psychic aptitude increases at an alarming rate, including his absorption ability.
My powers are being sucked in by Kageyama. All of the energy in the atmosphere. Are you telling me his vessel is able to handle this much?
And while he is often
And he's 14 though. He's 14 though.
questionable state will continue trying to achieve whatever his most recent
That's it.
objective may
Just
be.
14.
Whether that's taking on the criminal organization Claw or confessing how he feels to his crush.
Alright, I get it. The guy's super strong. So let's figure out just how much psychic power he's got bottled up. Check this out. While smashing this ugly joke through a building, he went from 0 to kick-ass so fast, he caught fire.
Taking this feat literally, to get this result he would have to be reaching an ablation speed over 5 times the speed of sound.
Fast, but not as fast as a bolt of lightning, which he was quick enough to catch with his shield.
That's not all. In his duel with Claw's boss, Toichiro, Mob took this huge crushing hit, scaling this massive to a nearby building, that one, and applying the resulting fragment of rock. We found Mob
hand?
an attack worth over 80 tons of TNT.
Damn.
Nah, that's small time,
Damn.
Shiggy. In the same fight, he psycho lifted hundreds of buildings into the air.
Oh,
Look at that thing.
what a show.
Hey, I have an unshaken
What a
feeling
show.
of Mari Damacy. Somehow these
What
things
a
will
show.
make some stars.
Ahem, not only is that millions of tons of stone and concrete, but simply creating this orb pushed away
It's
the
insane.
clouds.
That's
Okay, I
nuts.
know what you're thinking.
That is,
Guys, that
like,
got it.
who comes up with something like that?
Fluffy balls of cotton.
What can a psychic do?
Now I hear you.
That?
You too.
Never even think coming. Oh,
Not true at all.
how do with chance meatballs? That's the good. I remember that. That was cool.
Nitrogen bomb.
But
So it's quite impressive when on another occasion, Mob gathered all these clouds himself. By measuring the area and multiplying by average cloud density, this feat comes out to around 30 gigatons of TNT.
20 times the
God,
combined
Mob's a
destructive
G, man.
capabilities of all the nuclear warheads in the world.
Granted, Mob isn't all powerful.
No.
For example, once while absorbing an explosive attack, he reached a definitive limit, though he compensated by redirecting all that psychic energy into some broccoli seeds, with interesting results.
Oh man, it's gonna be hard to hide that one under the table.
In time, Mob eventually reconnected with his repressed self, fully accepting his past and his powers.
So look out, he may look like a total dork, but this is one middle schooler you don't want to try stealing lunch money from.
Can you feel it? Rage burning in me.
it's one of the coolest things ever. The 100% thing is nuts.
Which threaten the survival of humanity on a daily
It just make you just get giddy, like, oh man, what's gonna do it? What's gonna make them jump?
in the form of superheroes.
Oh man.
And some of these heroes are so powerful they can crush all the baddies without even laying a finger on them.
These are espers.
I love her sister though.
Powerful psychic abilities.
And one of them is a girl named Tatsumaki.
Yeah.
What the- Is that real? Why did she have cinnamon rolls stuck on her face?
Well, let's just say one is more well known for his excellent storytelling than, say, his art. Regardless, Tatsumaki's psychic abilities were extraordinary, even at a young age. So much so, she was
28.
taken from her family
Wow.
to be detained and
4, 6,
studied at a
28.
research facility. She was 7 years old.
Damn.
Oh, not the best childhood,
Nope.
obviously. Lucky for
Terrible
her, she
childhood.
got out thanks to a surprise rescue by the hero called Blast. Who blasts things, I guess?
Hmm.
No one
Cool.
really knows.
Either way, Blast's rescue changed Tatsumaki's life forever, and he left her with one very important lesson. When the time comes, don't expect someone to save you.
That's kinda harsh. He
Yeah.
is supposed to be a superhero, right?
Whether it be
Yeah,
she
I
was inspired by his
guess.
heroism or torn by his contradiction,
Yeah.
Tatsumaki decided to take up hero work for herself. Thus, she took up the mantle, Tornado of Terror.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Doesn't that sound more like a supervillain name? And you might mistake her for one too. She's kind of a brat.
Well,
Yeah,
she
she
is
is.
the best at what she does, and she knows it. So she often seems arrogant and rude. With her psychokinesis, she often floats above her opponents,
Mm-hmm.
looking down on them literally and figuratively.
Her favorite thing to
I
do
wonder what
is
she's
throw
done
rocks at
besides.
people.
Yeah, like I've seen her the stuff she's done on the show, but I want to see any like manga stuff that she's done that everybody's like, oh man.
But she
You know?
doesn't discriminate. She's also fine throwing other things like trains, schools, people, even a giant
Now imagine if she would have just took the ship and just threw it into space. Now that would have been something. I wonder if they thought about that, but even if they thought about it though, it's still about Saitama though, not about her. So
that's not even half of it. She's the most powerful Esper of them all, even better than her older sister, Fubuki.
Actually, that's her younger
yeah, it's younger.
Wait, what? Man, anime's real confusing.
But given her past, even
Yeah,
with
but-
her sister beside her, Tatsumaki has some serious trust issues.
She doesn't even want Fubuki to have friends. Chill out, lady. Friends are important. Right, Wiz?
Sorry, what?
Well, he had his chance.
Anyway, manipulating objects and organisms is only part of her skill set. Tatsumaki's power truly shines when it comes to precision.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
she's so talented, she can use her crazy mind power to have full control over television!
Yeah, sure, but that's
Really?
not really what I had in mind.
What do you mean?
Change!
Like she can manipulate
Tatsumaki has
what
some level of
shown on
control over a
TV?
person's chi, or as it's known in traditional Chinese culture, vital
Or
life force.
ki,
If she can
chi.
overpower her opponent, she can use their own chi to disable or even kill them.
Oh really?
I did
That's
it!
interesting.
I'm psychic!
Against other espers, she can spiral her own energy to redirect theirs, and even suppress their powers in an instant.
Yeah, Lady Tornado can block their psychicness whenever she wants, so long as they're a weaker Esper than her. Which basically means
It's everybody.
One Punch Man meet the One Thought Woman. Seriously, this chick is so powerful she pulled a meteor from outer space.
Well, while
That was
move is
insane.
pretty well known, it technically is not canon to the original source material. However,
Oh, it's not
that doesn't
canon?
mean it's
But
off
still,
the
it's
table,
still awesome,
as it
bro.
turns out her other
That whole non-canon stuff, hey.
more than powerful
If it's awesome, put it in there.
Better lift it up
The hell?
this. What am I looking at here?
What is that? Is that a
question.
ship?
Thankfully, one was kind
Building?
enough to include
Mountain?
these lovely labels identifying Z-City
Hideout?
and an underground hideout. Now, Tatsumaki is psychokinetically lifting the entire hideout. which
She
was
ripped out the
anticipated to be
hideout
15
from underground.
As for the city, the world of One Punch Man is based on real-life locations in Tokyo.
Yeah,
So at the
so
very least, we could compare Z-City to a
she
smaller
ripped
district like
out
Ginza,
a
which
hideout
consists
from
of about
underground?
215
It's
acres.
freaking ridiculous.
With the size of an average building in that district in mind, and thus scaling the building to the hideout and then to Ginza, we found that Tatsumaki must be lifting over 3 billion tons of rock.
That's a lot.
It's like lifting the entire Great Wall of China 62 times. More than powerful enough to pull
And the Great Wall is legit. I watched a history of the Great Wall. It's nuts how massive it is.
Giant bullets. She was fast enough to
Wow.
stop them in midair and turn them back on the enemy ship.
So she's
Scaling these
legit,
bullets to the
legit.
height of a human and gauging by the amount of
Sometimes not even what you see is
the
what it
bullets
takes
must
to
have been
do
moving
what they're doing.
1,800 times faster than
The math
sound.
behind it, how it even work. How could she do that? It's not just, oh, I'm gonna do it. But what would it, how much strength would it take? I love how much they do that though. Freaking animation, like the art for the changes.
By looking at the
It's just
distance
so
they
funny
flew
to
in
me.
such a
I love
short
it.
time frame, they were likely moving more than 36 times the speed of sound.
Which is awesome. But
Wow.
she still didn't win the fight.
It was actually a rather humbling experience for her,
Mm-hmm.
finally realizing that perhaps she isn't the most powerful person alive.
Yeah, it's that guy right there.
All Espers have limits, including Tatsumaki. Their psychic power drains them
Yeah,
of energy.
true.
So they can get worn out to a point where they can't do their psycho magic for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Also, she generally has to focus exclusively on either offense or defense.
Oh,
So when she's
no.
on the attack,
Oh,
her
sweetie.
guard is lowered.
Oh,
Something a
sweetie.
skilled enough opponent can certainly take advantage of.
That's not good for this
Should
fight.
an Esper
Mob
like Tatsumaki
is.
suffer a serious head injury, their powers become more difficult to use.
So maybe she's not quite the
Oh.
unstoppable goddess she thought
This
she
is
was.
bad.
And after
She
getting
can't
her
defend
demotion,
and
she
attack.
loosened up a bit. She even let her sis hang out with her friends instead of throwing them into a wall or something. Oh,
Yet, at the end of the day, the idea that anyone could even hope to match the
So
tornado
that's why they
power
changed the
psychic
animation
powers
so much
seems
like that. Because I guess in the manga it looks like that,
Get lost.
which I like it. Okay, that's what I was wondering. So she looks like that in the manga. I thought it was just a comedy thing they did, but they actually did it because of that. That's cool.
run the data through all possibilities.
She's strong as hell,
My mental powers
but
are
man, Mob
some
is.
of you are hungry.
That's the thing. It's like a character that doesn't really have her own show. But if she had her own show, then you get like, okay, now it's like you constantly have to give opponents and give situations because she has to get stronger and stronger and stronger. But it's not needed because we got Saitama. So it's like, she's strong, but she can't be stronger than Saitama. And not saying Mob isn't, but
Blue Apron's been around for quite
You know what I mean? It's like if she had her own show. That's the thing.
It's so easy to make delicious meals with this.
And like One Punch Man hasn't been going enough. Like if it's a side character, a supporting character, if it's enough time, over time, she'd have insane feats against a lot of different opponents. But it hasn't been going on that long for her to have insane moments. You know what I mean? That'd be like, oh man. Now if she would have moved that ship, I wonder how much strength it would have took to do that. Just took it and threw it into space. That'd be ridiculous.
At home without the hassle. Try Blue Apron.
Check out this week's menu and get $60 off at blueapron.com/battle. That's blueapron.com/battle.
Bum, 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 bum.
Right now, it's time for a
Death battle. Ba-da-bo. All right, here we go.
Oh, I'm lost.
What are you doing, dummy? Get out of here.
Can you help me? Do you go to the middle school here?
Middle school? Know your place.
Oh man.
You shouldn't use your powers on others.
She won't hear none of that.
You think you're impressive? I'll crush you in 5 seconds flat.
Okay. This is definitely gotta get crazier and crazier, man. Cause as crazy as mobs fights be going, and the animation. I love how they switching up the animation though. I love it. Switch up that art. Now let's go. I'm prepared. I'm ready now.
Time to teach you a lesson.
What?
Jeez.
Way, just so you know. This is your fault.
Oh god, they got the volume of his voice down. They got it down. She's defending, but she can't at the same time. She's defending. But now when she's attacking though, what can she do? Okay. Nice.
Easy.
Girl, if you don't turn around, there's another level. Oh yeah. When them question marks come out, like yeah, we don't know what's going on. He's just doing what he wants now at this point. It's like yeah, we ain't keeping track. It's just he wants it done. It's done. That's it. I love that question mark, yo. It's like how strong does he get? He just like nah. Everybody in the room is like I don't know. Well, that's it. That's how strong he gets. Oh god. Oh no. I know she had no chance. Oh,
Pay more attention.
we're going. Yeah, but we could defend at the same time though. We could defend at the same time. Sweetheart, you can't. You can't. Or not. This may.
Nobody beats me.
Oh, I was.
Whoa, that was crazy. I thought for sure.
Whoa, yeah.
This was an incredibly close match. Honestly, if we were to run through this fight 100 more times, Mob could reasonably win 40 or so of them.
But we're
Oh,
not here to find
man.
out who wins 40%
Okay, I need explanation about this one. That's a big shocker for me. That's a shocker, for real.
She still has the stuff to pull off a win.
Out of all the losses or wins I've gotten, this is the most
Tatsumaki had a
surprising.
notable advantage when it came to training and experience.
She's
Yeah.
a top-ranked superhero who is trained
That
for
is
7 years
true.
fighting a middle
I overlooked that point. She's been doing this for a minute. He was always repressing his power. Ah, I overlooked that. That training is as important. How much time?
reacted to friggin' lightning, but believe it or not, that's
Yeah.
still technically slower.
Get slower.
See, a lightning
Yeah.
bolt technically has 2 different speeds to consider.
Yeah.
First for the slower liter of ionized air going down, and second for the faster flash going up. Given that Mob was reacting to a projectile moving down towards him, this can only mean he was reacting to the liter, which moves 98,000 meters per second. More than 6 times slower than Tatsumaki.
So even though Mob had the edge of being able
Wow.
to attack
It's like, it's not even like she hasn't had enough like crazy moments, right?
she can switch between attacking
But the things she's done are impressive as heck. So she has less, but they're really strong. And that she's been doing this since she was 7, yo. She's 28 years old. He's 14, yo. He's 14. You know what I mean? She's twice his age, and she's been doing it since she was a kid.
Mob's sucking shield had a limit given how he was forced to transfer
True,
absorb
true,
energy
true,
into
true.
those seeds,
True,
growing
true,
a
true,
massive
true,
head of
true.
broccoli in an instant. We can actually use this broccoli to get a general idea of Mob's
Damn.
absorbing limits. Broccoli typically requires 143 kilojoules of energy to grow 1/10 of a kilogram's worth. Scaling this giant one to the nearby buildings, we
How much
found
energy
it
is
to be
that?
21 million times larger than the average broccoli.
Yeah.
This means Mob must have transferred enough energy to equate to about 1.6 megatons of TNT.
Yeah, but how about the energy Tatsumaki used to stop and redirect those giant bullets? Those things are huge, solid shells with no explosive component. Given how Saitama here was able to crush one without triggering.
Yeah,
a big
no
boom, and they could
blast at
wipe
all.
out a whole city.
We're shown that the shells destroyed most of City A in one shot, and we can see how much damage they dealt to Boros' ship when Tatsumaki turned them around. With this data in mind, the height of Boros' ship and the already calculated bullet speed, we determined the energy she displayed here must have equaled at least 470 gigatons of TNT.
Way more than Mob's big cloud feet, and more than enough to shatter his shield all at once.
I'm sorry, Tatsumaki. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. The disrespect I showed.
Certainly, Mob's unique powers were generally.
I just had a lot more time with Mob though, so I was destined to lose this one. I was gonna pick him regardless because I haven't really had time with her like that.
Whether it be blocking his
Man.
power, controlling his chi, or simply crushing.
Yeah, a lot of
him
stuff is
herself.
this manga stuff too. Is like,
Depended on her
which I don't know.
She was always at full strength, no
Man.
matter what the situation was.
Mob certainly had the skill and ability to put up an incredibly close fight, but Tatsumaki's experience, speed, and power put
Yeah.
him into this prodigious battle.
She just
That
had the
experience is legit, man.
experience she needed.
The winner is Tatsumaki.
I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was awesome. What a surprise. I like that a lot. Man. All right. I'll see y'all next time. Let me know what you thought below. Like the video if you enjoyed. Comment thoughts below. And subscribe for some more. Have a wonderful day and night when you're watching this. Peace out.